Alright, here's the postcard that I decided to work off from Cisco. This is the front, or I'm going to call it the front. Of course, when you're sending out a postcard, you don't really know which side the recipient's going to look at first, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. But this is what I'm going to call the front, and you can see we're focused for this example on Cisco's secure integrated routers. So we're talking about security, basically. Again, here's the front. And let's go take a look at the back. And here's the back. All right. So again, this is the control. This is what Cisco is using now, or what Cisco's resellers are using. So if you were, as a Cisco partner, logged into your portal, went to the campaign builder, and pulled a card to use in a campaign to sell these routers, this is one of the options you have available to you. So that's what makes the control. It's currently in use. Our job is to beat the control, and that doesn't say anything bad about what Cisco has here. You know, Cisco obviously knows what they're doing. Mr. Chambers, I bow to you. You got good stuff. Just split testing and performance improvement should be a constant part of what you're doing, so that you can continually improve the results you're getting in every aspect of your business. So let's take a look at this. First off, on the front, we've got this blurb down here. This really kind of serves as a headline. Now, in your headlines, the headlines, when you're talking about sales copy, sales and ad copy is basically the words that you use to sell whatever it is you're selling. It's called copy, so don't get confused by that if you're not familiar with the term. And a headline in your ad and sales copy is typically one of the most important factors in determining how successful that piece is going to be. The job of the headline is to grab people's attention, break their concentration from whatever else it is they're doing, get their attention, get them interested in what you're talking about, and then entice them to take the next step, which means read further. If this were a print ad, the headline, the job would be to get their attention and then convince them to look at the rest of the ad. For a postcard, assuming this is the side that they see first, the job of this headline is again to get their attention so that they don't toss it, and to get them to flip it over and see what else is on the back. And there are a number of ways to do that. We'll talk about those in a second. Now, in looking at this as a headline, it's a solid headline. Collaborate securely, manage threats, safeguard your business with Cisco's secure integrated router security. So that's solid. I'm not going to pick on it. Again, the job is simply try and find ways to make it better or to make it work harder for us. And with a headline, there are a number of different ways to get attention and to compel people to take that next step. In getting attention, you can kind of make the headline sort of a newsy thing to capture interest on whatever the latest and greatest is. You can heighten their awareness to a problem they're currently having or to their desire to avoid suffering something. You can promise benefits or something they're going to gain. So they're all powerful ways that you can use a headline. Another way that you can use a headline, another thing you can do in a headline to get people to take the next step is to build some element of curiosity, maybe hint at some benefit or something here, and they cannot resolve that until they flip over and see what's on the back. So those are some of the tools at your disposal. This being a security related product, I think the best thing we can probably do here is to aggravate their pain or touch on their desire to avoid pain. With a security solution, with data backup, recovery, disaster recovery, things like that, one of the most powerful ways that you can present a solution of that nature is to address pain or your prospect's desire to avoid loss or avoid suffering, because they're already in that state. When people are looking for disaster recovery solutions and security solutions, they're trying to avoid something. They're not trying to gain market share. They're not trying to gain more, whatever. They're trying to avoid lawsuit. They're trying to avoid costs associated with damage from security threats and violations. So if you address those issues in your headline, you have a good chance of really getting their attention and making this very emotive, or compelling them to take action and take the next step. Let's take a look at the backside now. Alright, so this is the back, and if you use Campaign Builder, then you kind of know that a lot of this is already on the material. There's some customization that you can do, but this is for the most part all the default text that that Cisco had there for you to go to market with. So let's take a quick look. Collaborate securely beyond your borders. This is also a headline or a sub-headline, depending on whether they looked at the front or the back first. And again, its job is to capture your attention and to convince you, to entice you to read the rest of this stuff, and to come down here and take whatever action is here. This is your call to action. So looking at this as a headline, collaborate securely beyond your borders, I really think we can do a lot to kind of punch that up. Again, I'm not picking on it. I just think that we can do something that's more compelling to get them to keep moving through this. So I'll work on something and I'll show you what that is. So threats and malware operate globally, spreading throughout your network in seconds from a single entry point. This results in costly damage, lost productivity, and harm to your corporate reputation. Cisco's secure integrated service routers include. That's a pretty good introductory paragraph. I mean, it gets your attention with the problems and threats, and it starts to offer you some benefits with the solution. That's good. A single integrated platform securing business today and tomorrow. So we're promising benefit here. Also helping the prospect feel a little more comfortable that the investment they make tomorrow or today is not going to be obsolete 2 years from now, which is a big issue. Integrated security for reduced complexity, power usage, and cost. Okay, so we've got a few high-level benefits. Whether you're safeguarding your headquarters, branch offices, or expanding infrastructure, Cisco integrated service routers enable you to collaborate with confidence inside and outside your network with a security platform that provides stateful firewall, VPN encryption, intrusion prevention, and content filtering. Alright. This paragraph, I mean, it touches on some good things. I think we can tighten it up a little bit. There's a lot of text here. People just don't have time or interest to read stuff. So if it even looks like a big block of text, there's a good chance people are not going to read it. So, if you can squeeze 10 words into 3, do it. You have a much better chance of getting it read. So I'll take a look at this, see if we can punch that up, and I'm going to say the same in this closing paragraph. Let's try and tighten that up and get to the heart of things. Now the call to action in this case, to learn how this integrated multifunction platform can protect you against the full range of security threats today and tomorrow, download the Value of Integrated Security white paper today. Alright. One thing that I see here, the call to action is selling, quote unquote, a white paper. The postcard is selling the router. So I think we can perform or get this to perform a little bit better if we use this space to not try to sell the router with the postcard, but to work harder at selling the white paper. So to do that, I'll take a quick look at the white paper and I'll see what's in it, and then we'll come back and tweak this so that the benefits that we try to peak and the interest we peak here is more just enticing them to download the white paper rather than whip out their wallet and buy a router. So I'll take a look at that, and then I'll come back to you with and show you what I come up with.